What happened to the most attractive person in your HS/college? I had a huge crush on the best-looking guy in our school. He was always friendly with me too. But anytime we were talking, and his teammate/best friend came across us, the friend would start mocking/insulting me. It was so overt my sister suggested the friend had a secret crush on me, because why else was he so obsessed with teasing/insulting me for no reason? Yeah, it wasn't me he had the crush on. Apparently my crush and his teammate/friend are now in a relationship. No clue if it started in high school or after. Asterisk asterisk. H is a doctor and treated my mom a couple years ago. Of course, she called me to tell me that her hot doctor knew me, and I'm an idiot for not marrying him. She was voted best looking and married the guy who was voted best looking. That was 34 years ago. And they're still married, still good looking, and just great people all around. Hottest guy at my school became a fairly successful dealer in college. We're not talking pot. Dude was dealing hard drugs. He would even supply his own sister. Their parents weren't in the picture. When we asked him why, he said, "I have paid for her to go to rehab 3 times. It doesn't stick. And if I don't give it to her, I know she'll be out there sucking dick to get it. At least this why I can somewhat limit what she's taking until I manage to get her off it." I could kind of see his logic. She has hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram. No OnlyFans or skimpy pics either. She gets sponsors and deals just for posting pics of herself drinking coffee. She was very attractive in HS. Still very attractive in her 30s. She was hated by almost every girl at school. She dated one of those Asian pop stars, but he broke up with her. She's been feeling empty ever since. She became the first bald Sports Illustrated swimsuit model and is doing very well and big advocate for alopecia. Had such a huge crush on her in high school. She seems to be doing great. She's a super successful lawyer. Was friends with literally everyone. Super nice. Still single. I'm only late 20s though, but has a really thriving career. He's got an inflated ego and is typing this comment on Reddit. He got addicted to coke, moved to Thailand, and got arrested there after 3 years. He is serving 22 years with no parole. I just realized I don't know because I've lost touch with everyone from high school except one person who was a year ahead of me. We had a guy who looked like an actual Greek god, star athlete, the works.
Fucking Adonis actual.
He bulked up even more after HS joined the police force and eventually the SWAT team. He lost his godly hair and is completely bald, but the look works just fine with his physique. Do you guys actually have one most attractive? Really hard to pinpoint most attractive one person from all high school. I can't even pinpoint the most attractive in my class. She took over ownership of her dad's gym. She was possibly the stupidest person I have ever met, but she was damn hot and still is. Parents bought him a house after college graduation. He works as a CPA now. He even offers to help me out during tax season. I was the only person who treated him like a human rather than somebody who is rich and trying to use him for things. They died of an overdose of some sort. Super nice girl, cheerleader, prom queen, the whole bit. She was extremely popular with all groups and was genuinely a good person. I still wonder why she was so sad. I personally didn't think she was the prettiest, but she definitely was the most popular. She is still living in our hometown, didn't go to college, and is now a lesbian. Last time I saw her, she was working at Sephora in the mall. Nothing wrong with any of those things, by the way. That's just what she's up to now. The prettiest person in my HS, accounting for all grades/years. She's a model now, lol, and dating a celebrity. I would say he's B-list or A-list, lol. She's married to an older dude, and they have 2 kids. She's totally off social media for the past decade, living her best life privately. Very jealous across the board. She's a scientist who appears on various current affairs TV shows to explain science stuff. They hit me up on FB a couple years back to try and see if myself or anyone I knew wanted to buy into her pyramid scheme. Oh, and she got a DUI with her kids in the car. She is still rich though due to her family's wealth. I'm here, scrolling through Reddit. Still a 10. She's very private online and rumor has it she married someone very rich. The cutest became a 10 and is super successful on her own. Housewife. She married a rich older guy, but not that old. Hears that she is content. No social media, but meets up with her closest school friends often. So we get her updates secondhand. She has always been humble and nice, and looks like she is still that way. Peaked in HS. She's a doctor and owns clinic with her husband, also a doctor. Of the guy and gal voted best looking, guy is in jail for gang-related murder. Girl was pregnant by prom. Had another kid less than 3 years later with a different guy and got addicted to drugs. She's recovered now and looks better, but looks weathered for her age. Didn't see it personally in her, and probably not the most attractive person in high school, but a girl from my neighborhood, who was always in a different relationship each month during HS, got tapped in the head twice in Mexico, with her boyfriend disappearing and never being found again, as far as I know. Local police ruled it a suicide. It destroyed her parents. Her father was a pompous dick, but her mom was a very sweet lady who was my colleague at a call center for a time. I felt really bad for her. Can't imagine having to live through such a horror scenario come true. I'm doing fine, thanks. I married him. She shockingly came out as a lesbian and crushed the hearts of many. She married some super rich French guy, I'm American, and completely disappeared. I think they're dead, or I guess they'll die at some point. For my HS in San Jose, California, IMO, it was Lateef Crowder. He's the stunt double for The Mandalorian. Amazing martial artist and stuntman. He's a really nice guy too. He had a kid at 22, split from his HS sweetheart/baby mama, and nearly failed college and is now living at home with his mom. I don't think any of these traits are bad, nothing wrong with his life, but I didn't expect that from his life. I'm wasting time on Reddit. There wasn't a single most attractive person. There were, however, a whole bunch of posers who thought they were hot as F***CK. They are all still living in my hometown and have ordinary jobs, nothing special. Saw them once in a dance cafe here about 14 years ago, and they were awkward as sh**t saying things like, "OMG, we almost didn't recognize you. You've gotten a lot prettier. Yikes." Of course I know him. He's me. Dear feathery baby Jesus, please tell me someone gets the reference. The most beautiful woman in my high school class lived happily and recently got married for the first time at age 55. Died of a heroin overdose. He got a doctorate's degree and got killed by an 18-wheeler the following week. The second most successful person is working the same dead-end job at a factory. I was number 78 out of 81 in my senior class, and I'm easily top 3 success-wise. Everyone that was top 10 are still in the same hometown making under $38K a year. Most beautiful girl is a drug addict now.